complained that some vehicles, or most of them, have been deprived of traveling along the road, and even their vehicles and items have been confiscated or destroyed. And the other complaints are the issue of support of money from them, or depending on for carrying on business, including the backyard fishermen. So, sir, I would like you all to touch on the about interest, touch that area, please. Thank you, sir.
Yep, I think I will take those ones, and I will also take the second sets of questions. I will start with Memuna, who wanted to know how the theater command intends to secure outlying villages or indeed communities. If you recall, I just told you about the mobile strike teams, which are highly mobile teams with effective firepower to be able to reach out to outlying areas, and these are indeed the hinterland. It is not a possibility that Operation Lafiya Dole will deploy a soldier in each of these, or group of soldiers in each of your houses or villages. But we want a system where the mobile strike force will have specified routes. They will go on these routes, and they can also answer distress calls from members of the public in case specific villages are being targeted. But most importantly, the passage of information is the underlying factor. If you see something about to happen, if you see gatherings of members of Boko Haram, it will be important that you report to us before they set out to go and carry out operation in a specific village. More so now that all they do is to go about foraging and ensuring they are out of food, so all they do is to go to villages and attack people to get this food. Foraging villages and killing people. So it will be very, very important. Civic action is important here, and it should be underlined. We must underscore that. Most importantly, people must pass information to us. The next question, Musa wanted to know that the IDPs have not gone back home, especially in Bama and Mandara Hills. I'd like to inform you that we are doing everything possible to encourage the return of IDPs to their homes. In my interactions with UN agencies, I've always emphasized the need for life skills. If a man was a farmer, I emphasize that give him seedling, give him farming implement, let him go back to his village instead of just giving him food and he's there in the IDP camps. He could remain in the IDP camps for God knows how long. But if you give him skills that will make him go back and settle, it will be better. If he was a tailor or any artisan for that matter, help him with working implements, I think he will go back and want to be a family man once more. The MST will also facilitate their return in that regard. For other aspects you just mentioned, I don't want to go into future operations, so I will leave it at that. But with time, we will take care of insurgents on the outskirts of Bama and indeed Mandara Hills. And don't forget, the federal government has the Community Development Initiative, and the pilot project is Bama. So sooner rather than later, we'll have repairs going on in Bama vis-a-vis increased security in Bama, because a whole number of police officers are going to be trained, and the Civil Defense Corps is equally bringing in men. Those will be deployed to do garrisoning, while the troops will be allowed to carry on war fighting to clear areas you just mentioned, like Mandara Hills, up to Goza and what have you, Limankara, that general axis. Then somebody said he didn't hear a word about the Air Force. When we fight operations of this nature, war fighting essentially of this nature is along a concept known as air-land battle. We do not need to tell you in very specific terms. It is assumed that the Air Force plays a role while the ground or surface forces carry out their own operation. I don't know whether I understand what I'm trying to say. I give you an instance. In the army, we have the infantry, we have the artillery, we have the armor. But I wouldn't come here telling you the armor did this, the artillery did this, and this. All is assumed to be a combined effort towards achieving a particular goal and objective. It is indeed a military objective, and we're set out to achieve that. Then Sadiq wanted to know, he's talked about complaints about people who pass on Gomburu Ngala Road, complaining that certain people collect money from them. And I want to ask, who are these people who collect money from them? Am I to assume is the people at the checkpoints? This is not a possibility because we've stated in very clear and uncertain terms that soldiers on that route have no business with fish business, they have no business with grain business. So the fact of the matter is, we even asked them if they have need for escort from Gamburungala to Maiduguri, they should consult the police. The police have been doing that, and this has taken more than 3 months now. So I don't see how it is possible for anybody to go around and extort anybody. All we are doing is to protect our troops and ensure the businessmen go about carrying their business without hindrance. Yes, next set of question. Which was yours? Okay, the abduction of women. Yes, the current military position on that is, we were told in very clear terms that certain women were adopted. Those women who were adopted on Dambo Road had gone for the funeral of a police officer. And in the process, that happened. The police had handled that. They had handled it satisfactorily. Working together, they passed on information to us. We're also working on that. And once we can tie up the particular location in which these people are kept, we can carry out other kinetic processes to ensure they are released, or the release is secured.
Well, sir, my name is Nigerian, reporting for Court TV, sir. So honestly, one have to congratulate Seven Division or other theater command for doing a well done job. Sir, if my calculation give me a honest answer, sir, the 40-day one ultimate that we get for the eyes of Shako has lapsed. I think if I'm correct. So what is in general towards arresting Shako since I observe you didn't say anything related to that, sir.
Thank you. Yes.
Sir, Dennis Kakaba is my name.
Your name?
Dennis Kakaba.
Okay.
I report for Liberty Television. Sir, the success of these operations depends much on intelligence gathering. And the last incident that happened in the UN was as a result of an intelligence report, but it came out to be false. What are you doing on the intelligence report, sir?
Sir, my name is Michael Lugode. I write for this day. I would like to know in specific time, what is the time the press briefing covers? I mean, if it's from July to this time. I want to know in specific time so that we can write our report.
Thank you. Yes.
So I'm Hamza Suleiman from News Agency of Nigeria. Sir, we were here at the theater yesterday for a briefing and also to cover the visit of some U.S. delegates. Sir, in a specific term, you said you were here to appraise the performance and also to know the challenges of the military. What are these challenges and what can they offer Nigeria to enable us end the fight or the campaign against insurgency? Thank you.
Thank you. Any other? In the absence of any other, I will start with Junaid. Junaid wanted to know aftermath of 40 days ultimatum given to the theater. What next? The 40 days ultimatum given to the theater is concomitant task to the overall objectives for which the theater stands here to achieve. The theater is here to deal a decisive blow to Boko Haram. That being the case, capturing Shekau is an enhancer to that overall objective. 40 days was a guideline. It does not mean that because 40 days is about to elapse and Shekau has not been captured, we will renew other 40 days and we'll go after him and get him. Thank you. Dennis wanted to know what the theater is doing about intelligence report. Intelligence report, the main resource about intelligence report is the people themselves. Because it's the information, the bits and pieces of information you provide us that will form the basis of intelligence report. In other words, I think it's a clarion call to the people of the Northeast to provide us information anywhere we work. That will go a long way in enhancing our operational capabilities. Somebody wanted to know, Michael, precisely the period for which this press briefing holds. It's a monthly press briefing. I thought by now you should have known. Is it the first time you're attending?
I'm talking about covers, the days that it covers, the period that it covers.
It's a monthly press briefing. We do not go into specific of periodization. It's a monthly press briefing. If you have one this month, it can come next month. It does not have to be exactly this day next month. You leave that to me. I'll fix it. Thank you. The next is about Hamza wanted to know the kind of assistance the United States and indeed all our allied nations can offer to the counter-terrorism effort in the Northeast. In very basic outline, I can say we want our counter-IED capacity enhanced. We want our intelligence, surveillance, and recce capacity enhanced. And indeed, not forgetting air platforms. Because if you imagine 177,000 square kilometers of coverage, it is not an easy task. So we require all this to be able to help us do this job. And it is heartwarming to note that they have expressed intentions of trying to help us in that direction. With those few remarks, I thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Theater Commander Operation Lafiya Dole. Senior officers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, we'll draw the curtain on this press briefing. Thank you for coming.